Welcome, everybody. I'm Kosta Makreas, and on behalf of ET Let's Talk, I want to welcome you to this interview with our good friend and cosmic wise guy, Swami Beyondananda. Say hi to the folks, Swami.
Hi to the folks, Swami.
Swami has been entertaining and informing audiences for decades, or maybe even lifetimes. And
I
we're
know that
really
I am decadent. That's why the decades. You're experiencing the decadence many lifetimes.
many lifetimes. And we're really pleased that he's taken time out from his busy schedule of saving and entertaining the universe to answer some questions and have a discussion with us about one of our favorite topics, which is extraterrestrials. As you know, at etletstalk.com, we have a community of 11,000 people in 100 and more countries who are daily, weekly, and monthly making contact with our extraterrestrial visitors. And as part of that, we bring people like Swami here to give us his background and his opinions on what it is that we are doing as soon as we can figure out. So, again, let me welcome Swami. Swami, if you want to say a few words to the audience, and after you do that, we'll just proceed with some questions here.
Well, I am very happy to take some time out of the timeless now, where I mostly spend all my time, and I think they call that old timers.
Okay, I think that we've nailed that one. That's what we call it.
I think we are with you in the here and now, here and now. So if you have any answerable questions, I promise I will have some questionable answers for you.
That is a promise we can take to the bank. Thank you, Swami. Let's get right to it here and address our subject matter. I know our viewers and listeners are just aching to hear what you have to say. Number
So
one.
tell them to relax. It'll be over soon.
Do you believe that extraterrestrials exist?
Well, I have to tell you, it doesn't really matter whether I believe they exist because they exist whether I believe in them or not. Now, I have even questioned my own existence. As a matter of fact, this morning, I pinched myself to see if I was real, and sure enough, I was.
That's astounding.
Yeah.
Have you ever met an extraterrestrial? And if so, how did you communicate?
Well, first of all, I have to tell you, I have very, very strong feelings about extraterrestrials. The extraterrestrials pose the greatest threat to our existence and our earthly environment because we have way too many terrestrials. We don't need any extra. Our population has doubled over the past 50 years on this planet, and this is understandable. All we humans need is for undulation and ovulation to occur roughly the same time, and we've sprung off some offspring, just like that. So I've met many of these extraterrestrials. As far as I'm concerned, anyone who is under 50 years old is an extraterrestrial. And we have a great movie going on this planet, cast of billions with billions of extras.
Wow, what are we going to do with all those extras? Okay.
Find another movie.
Well, as you know, at etletstalk.com, we teach everyday people how to achieve communication with benevolent extraterrestrials, or as they like to be called, star people. Would you like us to teach you too? Why or why not?
Well, actually, I didn't know much about contact. I was never able to see any of these beings. And then I put on my contact lenses and they appeared.
Is that all it takes?
That's all it takes. Now, you have to understand there's a difference between UFOs and you have friends, okay? So, what were all the past life, I've been tracking the stars as long as the stars have been tracking us. And I would love to learn to communicate more with star people because it sounds a lot less challenging than communicating with Earth people.
I think a lot of people would agree with you. Very profound. Well, when we communicate with ET, as we call them, just for short, we ask them what we can do to co-create a golden age for Earth with them. What do you think a golden age for Earth would be like in detail, if you will?
Well, I've been thinking about this a lot. Because I think if you don't like the current programming, turn off your TV, tell a vision instead. So I will tell my vision. My vision is in the golden age, the golden rule will overrule the rule of gold as the ruler on this planet. And you know, Buckminster Fuller wrote a book many years ago called Utopia or Oblivion, and that is our choice. That is why I say let's go for heaven on earth just for the hell of it. Because we humans are not here to earn God's love, we are here to spend it. And as for what the golden age will be like, yes, there will still be problems, but we will have better problems. Instead of people thinking, oh, I don't have enough money to buy anything, people will have problems like, should I buy a Lexus or a Tesla? That would be a problem, okay? And imagine, instead of going to the voting booth to vote for the lesser of two evils, we go to the voting booth and vote for the greater of two goods. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Swami, you are proposing a sane world. You must be crazy. But no, I think this is absolutely something that is inevitable in our evolution. And in fact, in the future, people will live longer, and that is because we will all have longer livers. The longer your liver, the longer you will live. Long liver, long life. In fact, I am working on a new book called How to Live to be 150 and Never Look a Day over 100.
That's profound too. I think a lot of people would look forward to that. So, what is your philosophy of how intelligent life arose on Earth?
Intelligent life on Earth. Well, it's a good thing I'm patient. I am still waiting. I'm reminded of the time that somebody asked Gandhi, what do you think about Western civilization? And he said, I think it would be a great idea. So if we were as intelligent as our cells, we have a 50 trillion cellular community underneath our skin, and they all get along. If we were intelligent as our cells, we would recognize that we are each and all cells in a superorganism called humanity. And we're all in this together. And as this golden age unfolds, we will learn to use our intelligence more intelligently. We will learn to think like a species. And instead of survival of the fittest, we will go for thrival of the fittings. A world of thrival for all.
That's commendable. Do you think ETs believe in God?
Yes, although I don't think God believes in ETs. Well, again, this is a universe of infinite possibilities. And so I think that we create universes with our imagination. If we imagine something to be so, it can unfold to be true. And so that is why television works. And so I'm sure that these beings from the stars have thought themselves into existence just as we have. And I'm sure they have their own little cosmology and how things work. And we're just beginning. We're young. We are little young seedlings in this venture. We human beings are young seedlings. We are very, very young species. And so we have much to learn from those who have been here for millennia. They've been here for millennia. And we have much to learn.
Some say that the ETs will bring us free, non-polluting, endless energy that will improve our entire world. What would you do with such free energy?
Well, I would use that free energy freely. And I would say that we are already coming to the realization that we have to all work together to create the energy, to allow the energy to unfold that will be free and non-polluting. And we need, it may happen that the ETs will be helpful, but we as human beings, as a species, we have to participate. Back in the 1940s during World War II, the United States gathered all of its resources together in something called the Manhattan Project to produce the first weapons of mass destruction, nuclear power. Well, now we need to all bring all of our energies together around the world in something called the Manhattan Project, so that we will have nuclear power and weave a web of mass construction. Energy so abundant, we don't need armies to defend it.
That is very laudable. May that day come. And along those same lines, others say that the ETs have great medical technologies that can cure cancer and other terrible diseases. What are your thoughts about that?
Well, the big problem with our current healthcare system is that it's neither healthy nor caring. And it is largely run by the drug companies. And the drug companies, did you know this? They actually invent diseases so that they can provide the medication to cure it. I mean, restless leg syndrome. They should do what they did in the old days: get a helper humping dog. It's organic. Now, in the future, when the ETs allow these energies to be manifest, so that we all can experience them, energy medicine will become the primary medicine, and it's already happening. I don't know about you, maybe some people who are watching this, maybe you've already had a magnetic healing session. I had a magnetic healing session about 3 weeks ago. It was very, very powerful. I was stuck to my refrigerator for 3 hours.
I won't ask how you got pried off. That's just between you and the refrigerator.
Thank you for not prying.
Let us pry.
Let us pry. Yeah.
Now, Swami, we know you love music. Lots of evidence of that. So, are there any songs that you know and perform which relate to your thoughts about ETs?
Well, can I be frank with you?
You may.
Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me see what life is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, it's a huge universe. In other words, take my hand. Was that frank enough for you?
That was very frank. Astounding truths in there. Now, you know that recent polls show that almost 2 out of 3 Americans believe that UFOs, i.e., being piloted by ETs, are not only real, but that they are visiting the Earth. That's a remarkable statistic. What are your thoughts about that
Well,
statistic?
I'll tell you something. What would be a truly remarkable statistic? That would be if 3 out of 2 people believe that. That would be a remarkable statistic. But it's not surprising that more and more people are recognizing that we are not alone. And many people, believe that we are being visited by beings from other planets. Yes, yes, yes. And I agree. I agree. There are even those who believe that we are being experimented on. Did you know that? Well, you know that. And I have to say that from what I have learned through my contact lenses, what I have learned is that many of these beings are a lot like us. They like to experiment on less evolved life forms. So apparently, they're using us to test their cosmetics.
Well, we're going to have a lot of great-looking, fabulous-looking ETs out there,
Yes, yes.
right?
Does this makeup make my face look blue? Yes.
Do these jeans make my never mind?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, thank you about it. Now, that's not exactly I mean, if we're a lesser evolved life form, wow, that's a hard pill to swallow there. But I think we're going to have to wrap our minds around that, maybe.
Oh, yes. I've been wrapping my mind quite a bit lately. That's what the turban is all about.
Thank you. Now,
When my mind comes unwrapped, look out. I tell you.
TMI, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, now some people claim that they are star seeds. That is, that their home is really a planet in another star system, but that they have deliberately incarnated into human bodies in order to help the Earth achieve its wonderful golden age. What are your thoughts about such star seeds and their missions to Earth?
Well, I've met people who say they're coming from serious, whereas I'm generally coming from humorous. But if we humans need star seeds to succeed, then let's keep those star seedlings coming.
They're still coming. I
They're
can
still
hear them.
coming.
Now, at ET Let's Talk, we founded what we call the People's Disclosure Movement.
Hmm?
We believe that by contacting ET ourselves, we don't need any governments to tell us what to believe or not believe about the existence of ETs. Um, in this People's Disclosure Movement, we're proving it by sharing our stories one-on-one with our circle of friends. So, what do you think about everyday people taking the power back into their hands from governments in this way?
Well, first of all, I'm not sure about this disclosure. I mean, I have to be honest, I don't see how people taking off their clothes will do much to expose the naked truth. Although I think most people would be freaked out to actually see our government naked. That would be terrible. So I think it's very, very important that we begin to confirm our own truth in our own circles. We have to circle up. In America, we have a deeply divided body politic. Half the population believes our elections are broken, while the other half believe that they're fixed. And we have been divided into these two tribes: the red tribe, Republicans; blue tribe, Democrats, spending all of their energy arguing about whether it's worse to kill the born or the unborn. When what has happened is that the future of the not yet born has been stolen by a small group of very, 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 very wealthy people. So what has to happen is that the circles are very important. We need to bring red tribe and blue tribe together in sacred circle to sit and talk until they're purple in the face. Because only as one purple people will the peeps outnumber the perps.
Wow. Are there purple people leaders and songs?
Well, I'll tell you something. If enough of us purple people get together, they will not be able to digest it.
That's something laudable, something to choose to go for. Thank you, Swami. So, yeah, just speaking about you, Swami as Swami, where in the universe would you like to visit if you could?
I'll tell you something. I have always wondered, is there life on Uranus?
I wonder that about once a week, but then I take some medicines and things are just fine.
I know. Where do you think the Klingons came from?
Oh my. So where would you go? Would you go outside the Milky Way or closer to home?
Well, I am interested in exploring different galaxies. Now, I have to tell you, I do explore quite a bit. I've been to the Milky Way galaxy, and my next vacations will be spent in the two adjacent galaxies to the Milky Way galaxy, and that is the Snickers galaxy and the Three Musketeers galaxy.
And so aptly named by guys with PhDs behind their names. I love that. Yes.
That's right.
So, well, along those same lines, would your followers follow you aboard an ET craft if given the chance?
Well, I have to be very honest with you. I have no followers because I get very, very paranoid when I think I'm being followed. So I turned the corner and I left them.
That's a fair answer.
Yeah.
Now, is it possible that extraterrestrials have a sense of humor? If so, what might it be like?
Are you kidding? Of course they have a sense of humor. Throughout the galaxies, the Earth is known as the Comedy Channel.
Wow, I hope the ratings are good. That's all I can say.
That's why people say, well, will the world end? No, everybody's enjoying the show too much. No, they love the show. In fact, if you become really attuned to cosmic comic consciousness, you can actually hear the laugh track.
Is there a clown chakra that's involved in there somewhere?
Yes, well, the planet Earth is surrounded by something called the boson layer, which is our clown chakra.
Okay, I knew we had one.
Compromised by too much seriousness.
Wow, we need some more humoroids then.
Well, asteroids, humoroids, all the same.
Yes, that's what I've always thought. Moving right along then, many of our ET Let's Talk members in our community in more than 100 countries have had personal encounters with ETs and have reported them on our website. Now, if you had such an encounter, would you be brave enough to tell the whole world about it on our website?
Well, of course I would, but I'm considering that how would the ETs feel about encountering me? I mean, I am wearing a musifix. I'm wearing bullwinkle around my neck like this.
Watch me pull a rabbit out of my hat.
Huh?
Yes,
Like
we
that.
can see him.
Okay,
Yes.
so if they are not afraid to encounter something like this, if they're not afraid to encounter that, then I am certainly happy to say that I met them.
Again?
Okay, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt and say that they'll be happy to encounter you. Well, finally, we're reaching the end of our discussion here, and one remaining question, and that is that some of our ETLet'sTalk.com community members have reported being healed after an interaction with ETs and their energies. Do you believe this is possible, and why or why not?
Well, first of all, the word healing means to restore wholeness, means to give the whole picture. And so, if we, for many, just like we believed that that the world was flat and that the sun revolved around the earth, because that was the limitation of our experience. So right now, in terms of imagining that there might be beings out there, the world is flat to us. And so as we round ourselves out, as we get more of the whole picture and recognize that the world is greatly populated, and we are just a part of that, we're part of that context, we are getting the whole picture. We're getting to see that we are all connected in the holy web of life, and that gives us the holy picture.
That is very profound. The whole truth and nothing but the truth from Swami. Let me give you a chance here if you want to say anything in closing to our worldwide audience. The floor is yours.
Oh, the floor is mine. You're giving me the floor. Okay.
All of it.
What about the walls? Huh? Okay, no. I have to say this. These are times where we are all being challenged in whatever way we're being challenged. Whatever it is that needs to be, we need to see the whole picture, healing, wholeness. That is what is being revealed to us. And always, we may not choose our experiences, but we can choose how we experience our experiences. And we can experience them through the contact lens of love or the contact lens of fear. That is our choice. We get to choose that. And the good news, people on the planet, the good news is that love is far, far, far more powerful than fear. Otherwise, we'd be singing, all you need is fear. She fears you, yeah, yeah, yeah. No, we're not singing. So very, very important that we recognize that the power of love and the power of laughter lights us up and illuminates us and enlightens us and allows us to be a beacon for other people, a freaking beacon. So my advice is this: let your heart open, let your mind expand, let your heart fill with love. May you have holy, healing, and may the farce be with you. Namaste and namasko. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you so much, Swami.